empowering. I've been one-handed since 2002. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, like I said earlier in one of my speeches. And I have hemiplegia, which is when your left side, or one side of your body doesn't work as well as the other. So, like, this as much as I can use my left hand, and I have full range of motion in my other hand. And it's a really challenging thing, but I really have adapted to it in the 10 years that I've been one-handed, and I don't think of it as something to be ashamed of. I think that I'm entirely unique and my lifestyle is entirely unique. A lot of people don't think about it. I have a lot of friends that don't even realize why I'm asking for help. Like, to open a jar for something, I need someone else to open it so it doesn't squirt all over me. I think my life is really empowering. I feel like I can teach others who have similar situations. One of the things that gets me is that when you look under brain tumor, you don't see a lot of things for hemiplegia. It's more of a older person stroke kind of thing, but there are other disabilities that can cause hemiplegia, like cerebral palsy. In this speech, I'm going to be talking about ways to cope with living one-handed, and these include how to perform basic activities, how to create awareness, and how to live professionally. So, something I do every day, I usually wear a jacket and use zippers, buttons, all these kinds of things. So I just showed you how to unzip one-handed, which most people do anyway, but how to zip one-handed would be something like this. So, simple everyday things that everyone else thinks are easy, for me, I had to learn. So, in my earlier speech, you saw that I had a problem getting tape for putting a photo on the board. And how I would compensate for that usually would be something like this, that I got at Costco. You see these around sometimes. And I put it on my hand and get tape. So, anyone needs tape today? And that's just one way that I adapted something and found a way to do it. I've also found other ways, like a banana, for instance. It's a banana protector, so that they don't get soggy, right? Because I don't know about you, but I don't like soggy bananas. My mom is amazing, and she adopted this without me asking. She basically cut it. You can see there's cut marks, so I can peel it easier. But usually I would just be able to open it one-handed. So another thing that I've had to learn is how to open, let's say, my lunch. So usually someone would hold it down with one side, or with one hand, and push up. I, however, just push up at an angle, and that's how I open my lunch. So now that I've shown you some challenges that I experience every day being one-handed, I'm going to show you how to live professionally. So I have a job. I work on a state grant, and I was working at Independent Living Resource Center, San Francisco. I've experienced traveling and trying to be accustomed to some environments I'm not used to. So we use technology every day, right? This is my phone, and this is Cole's phone. You'll notice he has a keyboard. This does not work for me, because I'm an avid texter and an avid BBMer, which is BlackBerry Messenger. Typing with this would not be pleasant. So I have a BlackBerry, and it has a keyboard that doesn't slide out, and I'm able to text almost as fast as everyone else. So I'm working on it. And so let's say I go on a date, and I'm not a salad person. I eat meat. I'm a carnivore. I don't eat vegetables. So if I'm on a date, the guy starting my plate. I'm like, can you cut it for me? And if he says no, there is not a second date. Because it's really hard to cut one-handed. My mom has found something called a Norf, which I don't have with me because I moved, so we have no idea where that is. A Norf is a knife and a fork at the same time. It has kind of a heavy set end, like on the edges of the fork. You know, they're like slim, right? These ones kind of have weights in them, so it's easier to cut one-handed. Don't like using it. They don't have them in restaurants, so boys, be gentlemen. And so I demonstrated how to use a zipper. Buttons are really easy. Though most people ask me, how do you do buttons? How do you do zippers? Well, I'm obviously dressed today, so I figured it out. And another thing about being professional, computers are important, right? We need to use Excel, and we need to use Word or Pages. And this, my iPad, is like a lifesaver. I am a person that needs to have constant reminders. Alerts are really nice. And so the last part of my speech will be about how to create awareness. As I've stated before, I work on a state grant. It's called the California Health and Census Improvement Project. I also intern at a CIL, which is a Center for Independent Living, which is a place where people with disabilities go to get resources, help, advocacy, advice. And something I did recently was I went to Syria with the Open Hands Initiative and helped create this. It's a comic book, and I helped create a superhero. The superhero is named the Silver Scorpion, and he is the first Muslim and disabled superhero ever on the planet through Liquid Comics. Myself and 9 other youth with disabilities from the United States went to Syria as ambassadors, and we worked together with 13 other youth with disabilities in Syria, and we helped create the Silver Scorpion. And it was something that really helped mend the two countries, because the United States and Syria don't have a really good relationship right now. Goes back to Bush and all that stuff. But he wasn't really for it. He wasn't really for having open communication. And the Obama administration is the speech in Cairo that happened in 2009, which was the reason why J.T. Snyder, the man who created the Open Hands Initiative, started the Ability Summit, and that's how we created the superhero. We hope with this comic that we will create unity between Syria and the United States and other Muslim countries, and bring awareness that people with disabilities are like everyone else. And the biggest thing we had in common with everyone at the summit was we all thought that our disabilities were empowering, not a bad thing. So, thank you.